Christina, junior finance accounting major from Detroit, Michigan. And I just have a few questions for you today. I would like to know, how are you feeling about the Amsterdam trip? What are some of your thoughts? What are some of the things you expect to experience?
So I'm a little nervous because it's a whole different culture. I only speak English. I don't know a bit of Dutch. I don't even barely know hello, but I'm also like scared of like the different people I'm gonna meet. But it's gonna be it's a good type of scared feeling. This is gonna be a long flight, but yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna ride it out.
What are you most anticipating?
Anticipating?
Yeah.
Just, I guess the scenery, because I'm used to America and the way it looks.
Yeah. And one last question. Do you feel like this is like a big blessing right now in your life?
Man, what? I'm not paying for none of this. What do you mean? Yes,
Same
it's a big blessing. Yes, it is. Everybody, good morning.
I was in a different field of studies than you are. I was in anthropology, social sciences. Before I've lived in Budapest and in Cape Town, where I also studied. So I also know the experience of being abroad in a new culture, in a new context, and how exciting, but also how challenging that can be at some point. Ekta, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Ekta. I'm from St. Martin, island in the Caribbean, and I moved here 6.5 years ago to study. So I also did social sciences. I studied psychology and intercultural communication.
I like to speak Dutch. Even though we hear immediately you're not from here, we appreciate that you try. Okay. What is your name? Hoe heet je?
Hoe heet je?
Hoe heet je? Delicious, good. What you would say after a really good meal, for example. Lekker.
Lekker.
Lekker. This is easy, right?
Lekker.
Okay, and this is one really typical Dutch word called gezellig. And the sound may be difficult for you. Gezellig. And it's really hard to translate. It means something as cozy. For example, when I go to a friend's house at night, I would say, oh, gezellig, we're going to her place. Or my parents are coming and visit me, I would say, gezellig, my parents are coming. So this is really also very context dependent, but also a really, really Dutch word that is not known in other languages.
But yeah, the easiest way of transportation around here is either walking or by the train, because a lot of the streets here are one way. So, are one way. So, yeah, so we're just waiting for our train. We're going to Deloitte. It's a tax company. They are in the U.S. as well. But we're about to see their firm here.
Cleaned up cooking.
Presentation of a bit of an hour, sometimes it's a bit faster, so then it will be a bit less. We'll take a walk throughout the building and we'll explain you a bit more. It's also a bit more informal, so it's also a good opportunity to ask any additional questions. This is my colleague.
My name is Hugo. I recently joined the team of the real estate team of Linda, and I'm quite interested in smart buildings and in the edge of the building itself. So that's the reason why I joined this presentation and this visit.
Yeah, so welcome. Maybe you've heard about the Edge before you came here today.
All history, the history of Amsterdam, but also to Dutch history in general. And if you look at the details, you can find, for instance, in the ceiling, you can find a bicycle, a very old one, 19th century style bicycle. You can also see this is one of the medieval
Oh no!
defending towers. On the older maps of Amsterdam, you can see this for a long time used to be the border of the city. So the water was already starting here, right in front of us. So the original skyline of Amsterdam was here. Okay, so that means that all these buildings, all the modern buildings over there, including the 19th century railway station, is built on reclaimed land.
everyone knows where Brazil is, right? Right above Brazil, there are 3 Guyanas. There's British Guyana, and so Brazil, South America is here. Brazil is the largest country in South America. Then above the Brazil, there are the 3 Guyanas. There's British Guyana. In the center is known as Suriname, and then on the other border is French Guyana. Actually in the late 16th century, all of the Guyanas was part of the Netherlands Empire, called the Dutch Guyanas. British Guyana, which has 4 rivers passing through it, called Demerara, Essequibo, Pamarum, and I'm missing one. Demerara, Essequibo, Berbice, and Pamarum. Those 4 rivers were very important waterways where the Dutch built their first forts. Most of the time in the schools here in the Netherlands, no one ever knows anything about the Dutch Guyanas. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of things that most people never learn in school here. My family all comes from Suriname. I trace my family back to the first generation in the 16th century, and I'm the first descendant born in the United States against my American accent. And I came here to study abroad. Like much of your experience, but I came as an exchange student. You can't see my gray hairs, but we called ourselves owls, older, wiser learners. I like that name, right? It's kind of sexy. And I wanted to really immerse myself in Dutch history. My mother actually grew up here in Amsterdam to become founding. Ignore her, okay?
Excuse me, minority. Can you
Okay, real quick. Before we go on to the next scene, I did want to explain one part that I did not record, and I guess you can kind of see why once I explain it. We were getting our speech from the young lady for the Black Heritage Tour. She was telling us about some history that she knew about that related to Amsterdam. And she was gonna begin speaking on why she started her company called the Black Heritage Tour in Amsterdam, and a random Caucasian man, I don't know if it's right to call him a Dutch man, I don't know, stood behind us as a group and interrupted her whole speech. He was like, "Excuse me, ma'am." He was saying it in Dutch. She translated this afterwards. So mind you, he's speaking in Dutch, interrupting her speech behind us, and then he gets up on the platform behind her, yelling in her ear. Next thing you know, he's calling the police. Next thing you know, when a bellhop from the hotel came outside to say something in Dutch. And a random Caucasian lady defended our tour, our Black Heritage Tour guide, and was saying, you know, you can't do this, you can't say that, you're being very rude, this, that, and the other. To come to find out, he was telling her that you are in our way, you do not belong here, and you cannot stand here to do whatever you're doing. Just to translate it. I didn't want to record it because I didn't know if it was inappropriate I was shocked that even happened. It was like perfect timing. It was perfect timing. And she began to say, as you will see here, this is exactly why she does what she does. People are ignorant to the Black history that is in Amsterdam, and just kind of push us to the side like we're unimportant, people of our skin tone. So yeah, because to say it, if you know a little history about Amsterdam, it is a racist area, and she is capitalized on this company. And yeah, that's all I want to say.
Very interesting word. It means we put up with it, we allow it, but it doesn't mean we accept or approve of it. When you think of the rise of capitalism, you got to think about why social tolerance was such a part of Dutch identity. Now, we're giving a counter-narrative to the dominant narrative. I'm asking us to shift our gaze, to look at the history even in the past, so we can understand why things like that in the present still happen. And it is about race. It's always been about race, and that's what we're going to see today, okay? So let's move down a little bit further. And then we get right into that. Y'all hear that all right? We can experience Geneva. Has anyone ever heard of Geneva? No. Geneva, later on, is from the juniper beer. Everyone's heard of gin, right? Dutch gin, whiskey. It actually derived first from Geneva. The Dutch introduced it to the British. They manufactured from it whiskey and gin. It looks a lot like gin, it's a pure liquid, but you'll look inside, you see all those bottles on the walls. So this is still frozen in the 17th century. literally exactly how it looked back then, it looks like this today. You can experience what a traditional Dutch live here. We'll talk more about this when we get on this. So if anybody wants to go in and take a look and come back out, feel free. And we're going to walk away.
Sorry. Freezing. I couldn't tolerate the cold to even record all the amazing things I just saw, but I don't know where I left off, but we end up seeing the prison where they keep people in jail, the red light district. Oh my god. Oh, we saw the stock exchange that we're gonna go to later. We're not gonna go right now. What else did we see? What did we just see on that tour besides the jail?
The whole city, red light district. The palace, the red light district.
Oh, the palace. Okay. What else? I don't know why I'm running a little. I saw that because we're going to that later.
They always have really cute pajamas in there.
The boat houses.
Oh, the boat houses. Yep, I showed that. And then I feel like I'm missing something. Whatever. But
boat houses, houseboats.
Yeah.
Like.
And so now we're in Primark trying to find us some gloves because at this point I can't function because it's stuff everywhere and it's called Primark. It's way better than H&M, way better Forever 21. I'm not trying to diss Forever 21. Oh, you see my hands are still frozen, like they're stuck. Arthritis runs in my family. I hope I don't get it. Okay, I see scarves. I just need stuff for my hands. Do they not believe in gloves? Like, I need gloves. They have scarves, though.
Yeah, but these look like
Come on. No, don't say that. I can't do... Oh, they have some cute hats, though. These are like summer hats, though. I don't need that. Not yet. It's too cold outside for that. €10 bags. $10 Euro bags. And they're not even cheap. They feel like good quality. I swear America overprices stuff sometimes. Okay, so these are pantyhose.
There they are.
Those are pantyhose. I don't need those. What? Oh my god, selfish. Just selfish. Okay, socks. Ladies, I'm so sorry. Please tell me you have gloves, hand gloves. Please, please, please.
Okay, so I don't want to disappoint you, so I'm not going to answer your question.
Oh my god, she said they don't have any. It's so cold here.
You have to brave the storm.
Okay, I'll just get the umbrella. Put them on my hands. You know what? You know what?
That cold.
Listen,
You'll do it.
you know what? She's not lying. I'll put some socks on my hands. I don't mind.
Maybe it's an option. Oh, it's nice, but It's warm. The super cozy one. They're also on sale. They're really warm, so maybe that's
The leggings?
They're nice.
But doesn't have the thing in the middle. I have to wear it like. I rather.
You cannot. You poke your fingers.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I'm gonna have my arms are gonna be together.
I was talking about like actual tights.
Oh, knee highs.
No, just actual tights, like full tights.
Like what I have on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Shut up. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't. So last time I seen you guys were before we went into the stock exchange, Amsterdam Stock Exchange, ASE. It was a very interesting experience because of Amsterdam. It's more of an older culture.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the first company to distribute shares ever is a company called VOC that's within Amsterdam. I actually found out that they are actually affected by the financial break in 2008. I thought that was only America. It's actually worldwide, but which makes sense because all companies are kind of intertwined when it comes to the market. Some companies buy shares from other companies, and that makes a lot of sense. But I never knew that. The American Stock Exchange, they represent 25 main companies. One of them that really stuck out to me that I really can remember off the top of my head are, hold on a second, are Philips that make like camcorders and TVs and stuff, and then also Shell, the gas station. While we were also in there, we played like a interactive game dealing with stocks. If you were to buy or sell, it would have like news information pop up on the screen and basic information about a company pop up, and then you have to choose if you're buy or sell. The first time I was in the hole. I lost, but the second time I did pretty good. I came out standing, but the top score for the second one was like 19.81 in profit. So I was like, that's good, but it wasn't me. That's cool. Because I don't know if you guys know me, I am an accounting and a finance major, and I aspire to be. Oh, there you go, everybody. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why I lost y'all for a second. Posting videos, my vlog thing. And I aspire to be a stockbroker and or an investment banker, but I'm still trying to find an internship opportunity to figure out which one I like more, because they're both two different things. Like I tell people, accounting and finance are two different things, but nobody wants to believe me, but that's cool. All right, whose hand is on my head? What? Okay, thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Yeah, because I want my hat to go with the wind. Okay, I'm getting yelled at. Vlog over.
Yeah, so when the people get involved, amazing things happen. The problem was that these decisions were basically absolutely, this is a corruption, right? And you start fucking with people's lives. By the time it's an epidemic, it's too late. So that's why we should be having these conversations with the people saying, you know, the water source, we need to change the water source because X, Y, Z, and the people make that choice, not these shady elected officials. Their society, and what we're doing now is basically running these experiments in what we're calling these living labs, right? These living laboratories to test out some of these concepts, because when the government can actually test some of these innovations or test some of these technologies for the people, that can inform the policy, right? So, for example, Airbnb has disrupted, Airbnb and Uber have profoundly changed the way we, it has profound impacts on our city. It's changed the city faster than any government or any military could have done. And that's a big wake-up call to a lot of government right now. So what role do the public play right now to create those policies?
What Amsterdam does to your hair. When I freshly bantu-knotted it, I wish I took a selfie. It was all nice and curled and poofy. But no. Okay, so we're in Central Station today. About to get something to eat for lunch. We had a class this morning on data analytics. Yeah. So yeah. Unlock your phone so you can do your airdrop. Yes, we got steak. Okay, did we get beef ribs? Beef ribs?
I'm not sure with pork ribs.
Salad.
They're little.
Chips, which they call it. She got the same thing, but she has got grilled chicken tenders. Same thing, grilled chicken tenders. Same thing, grilled chicken tenders. And then the other stuff you don't have to worry about. Amen.
Paprika.
Right.
Cheese on
Going on Amazon tonight so I can get it shipped to my house. Ooh. Chipotle. Chipotle. Okay.
Has sometimes, how do you say it? Sometimes to find the words, to translate the words in my head. Yeah, so I have to, they have problem, they have, hoe zeg je het, moeite met coördinatie, zo zei je weer?
They're struggling with their coordination.
Yes.
Frustrated.
En ze raken gefrustreerd en door die frustratie eigenlijk, ik wil eigenlijk uitleggen dat bij dansen worden ze minder gefrustreerd. Ze leren omgaan met de frustratie tijdens dansen en hun emoties leren uiten.
Okay. So when they dance, they learn how to coordinate their body and they can express their frustration through the dance. So that's what you're saying, right?
So yes, yeah. So we use the dancing and the theater to express their feelings.
That's what I do.
The drum.
Oh, I mean, well, it was amazing. What's the question? What we learned?
Yeah. What did you say?
Well, they was very engaged, and you know, well, first of all, they loved the fact that we was from Clark, Atlanta, and they all was very fans of the movie Drumline. And you know, that movie. Once we told them that movie was shot at our campus, they was like, "Oh, really?" Like they couldn't believe it. It was like the same school. We were like, "No, you was the fake school, but it was actually our school, Clark, Atlanta, that was actually depicted in the movie." They were all fans of the movie, so they loved that. You know, we was able to play with them. They liked that. That was cool.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
So yeah, basically we there was like one instructor, then he had like 2 assistants, and the kids, they were what age? Like those
Teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers. And they just there to like per hour of training with drums. And actually the director is he travels and has his own team that goes to like Germany, all over, like over here in France, I think, and over there. But yeah, so it was pretty cool, and we got to play the drums. So it was cool.
They also play the drums.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was great.
So the starting point is company law, which defines things like, well, who is responsible for preparing financial statements, and gives some substantive requirements, what should be in the financial statements. And then there are, of course, requirements for audit. Who has to be audited? And again, we have to think in the same way, does every limited liability company have to have an audit, and does it have to meet the same standards? Well, there again we see some scale.